it's important to know that you don't deserve anything. And I don't mean that to say it in a sort of negative way or demeaning way. More so in the sense that you need to get in this mentality that you have to go out there and earn everything. There's no sort of law of the universe, or there's no specific reason why you would deserve any certain thing. I think growing up, as kids, you often think like, things are given to you, things like food, things like shelter, things like opportunities, friendships. You're being taken care of in many ways. But as I've gotten older, I've slowly realized, nothing in life is deserved. Um, and that includes bad things. I don't necessarily have this notion where it's like, hey, you deserve to, have money stolen from you, and you don't deserve to get money either. It's pretty much like a neutral outlook. But I hear a lot for some reason, I feel like this has turned into a trend on social media where, and it's pretty common amongst females too, I've heard in my life, where they're like, ooh, go get the blah, blah, blah that you deserve. Go get the man you deserve. Go get the job you deserve. Hey, you deserve better. You deserve this, that. And it's so ridiculous to me because according to what substance, what makes something true that you deserve it? There's really not any specific reason why you do deserve anything. I once had a job where I was working very, very, very hard for a month straight, and it was a commission based job. And I'd gotten like one commission, and I ended up like not even getting the money. It was like long story short, the money went to somebody else. It was like kind of fraudulent or whatever. But I remember sitting there really upset with myself, and I had this sort of entitlement where it was like, hey, I put in all this work, I deserve to get paid. And then I kind of sit back now as I'm older, and look at that like, why did you even think for a second you deserved anything? Because life is really just something that exists, right? So it's not going to hand you anything. You don't deserve to be handed anything. You have to go come up to it and grasp the opportunities and bring them to yourself, right? If you really want something. And so I realized that pretty much in anything, whether it's relationships, whether it's career, whether it's, spiritual aspirations, anything, you don't deserve anything. We're all sinners, and the idea that even life is deserved is ridiculous. We don't even deserve life. It's a gift from God. It's a blessing. And when you can sort of restructure your mind to have this mentality where it's like, hey, I need to go out and get this, instead of, hey, I deserve this to come to me. That's when you're going to start taking action. The thing about life is that life it doesn't reward smart people, it rewards the people that take action. There's a lot of people who are not very smart that are a lot richer than some really high intellect individuals, simply because they took action. In life, you sort of create certain things, right? And then just stay with me here for this analogy. Now you just throw it up into the atmosphere. Now this is just a little opportunity. It's just floating around, right? For example, this channel right here, I started making videos on this channel. Now there's different videos. They're popping up in the YouTube algorithm inside the database of YouTube, right? And most of them aren't going to do anything. They're not going to get any views. I'm not a particularly interesting guy. I just enjoy philosophy and talking about these different ideas. But maybe one day, one of these random videos is going to get a lot of views. Now, I don't really do this necessarily for the views. Obviously, it would be nice if they came, but it's not necessarily my dream or my goal here. But in life, you have to throw out these different opportunities here, there, everywhere, and eventually one of them might hit. And when it does hit, it's going to hit big. And what I realized is that there's people out there that just think that their dreams and their goals in life are just going to come to them. That's not how it works. All these people, they'll say, oh, love will fall on your lap, That's not how it works. Some people do get lucky, but that's few and far between. And to live your life off the assumption that you're going to be one of those lucky people is just a waste, quite frankly, just to be blunt. I mean, you have to throw something out there so that it can get attached to something, to success, right? Because success needs to latch on to something. If there's nothing there, then how are you going to be successful? I had a friend in high school, and he really, really, really wanted to act. It was his dream. And I was like, dang, that's a cool dream, bro. Like, honestly, I want to act too. It wasn't my dream, but it was something I wanted to do. And we kind of went through high school and all this stuff. And I don't talk to my friend anymore, but I know he's not doing the acting. And sometimes when I look back on it, I was like, if that was really your dream, right? Your your ideal life, you would be an actor, and that's how you would get paid, right? Why didn't you even try? And the truth is a lot of times people are afraid of failure, but the thing is, they're so afraid of failure, they don't even try. They don't put anything out there into the YouTube algorithm to maybe get picked up. If you never make a video, how are you going to have a video that has a bunch of views? If you never tried acting, how are you going to get signed to a TV show or a movie? It's not going to happen. So you need to put yourself out there, because as I'm saying, the universe, life rewards action. It doesn't reward intellect. Now, once you get action plus intellect, that's where the big sums of money and achievements in life come. Not everything's about money, but you get what I'm saying. But nothing is just deserved. I even so much to the point where I was like, if you dedicate your life to something, put in all your work, there's no like reason why, hey, life has to then reward you. Maybe it maybe it won't. In a lot of cases, there's so many people, and we just never hear about them because they never become anybody who tried so hard at something their whole life and never achieved anything. But Nietzsche has this quote, and I'm paraphrasing here, I don't know exactly, but he's like, I can think of no greater life purpose than to perish attempting the great and impossible, or something along the lines of that. It's like the journey itself of pursuing something that's impossible is in itself rewarding. So if you keep on trying and trying and trying, the process of you continuing and striving for greatness or to achieve something is in itself the reward. And so I would encourage you, I'm even trying to encourage myself to really put yourself out there and try the things, because you don't deserve anything. It's not going to be handed to you. Do you think you're special? No, you're not special. We're all made from the same organic decaying matter as everybody else. We're not special. And that's not a negative thing. If anything, that's freeing. But just know that you have to go and put yourself out there. You are the only person that can get you from point A to point B. This distance between these 2 points, only you can make that distance up, right? You can get little bumps, little speed boosts along the way from friends, supporters, stuff like that, but they're still not going to get you from point A to point B. That's going to be you. You need to go out there and put something out into the universe for success to attach to. So that whatever your dreams are, if you really want to get that girl, you have to go and talk to girls. If you really want to land that job, you have to network. You have to go into different meetings and like talk to people and do these things. You need to take the steps, because you don't just deserve anything. You could be a quote unquote good person, and if you watch one of my previous videos, you'll know that I don't necessarily believe anybody's a good person, but you could be somebody who does a lot of, moral things, morally good things, and treat everybody with respect. It still doesn't mean you deserve anything. So you need to get rid of this entitlement. You're not entitled to anything. It's a blessing to have what you have. I'm saying this as somebody who's been overly blessed. I am not entitled to anything, but I've been gifted it by my family, which I'm super grateful for, but I didn't deserve any of it. I'm not entitled to any of that. If it was taken away, they'd be rightful to take it away, because I don't deserve, I'm not entitled to those things. So you need to start getting in that headspace yourself. And I really challenge you, I'm getting a little bit monotonous here, but put yourself out there. If you want to be a video editor, start editing some videos, because your dreams, they're not gonna just achieve themselves. You have to go and do it. It's like you probably heard the quote by The Rock. It's like one day or day one, same idea. You got to start someday, right? So it might as well be now. Don't wait. Be vicious about your approach. Be relentless and just drive towards your goal. And if you don't get there, at least you can say you tried. But the bill of regret is a lot bigger than the bill of never trying. So, or excuse me, that's the same thing. But the bill of regret of not trying is much bigger than the bill for trying and then not succeeding. But that's just food for thought here.